first few lines, so we'll be finding out what happens together. So guys, sit back, relax, and we can get started. When the first message came, I had no inkling of the chain of events it would unleash. It seemed innocuous enough, someone having fun at my expense. It could have been anyone capable of remotely hijacking a laptop. A friend of mine did that to me one time actually, and it was like, what is going on? So, let's start at the beginning. Work had turned from a tiring grind to a raging torrent. A task list once under control now extended onto a second page, and everything was urgent. One of the emails that appeared in my inbox that afternoon was titled, "More Than Critical." I'm not sure there's a word for that. In short, I was overwhelmed. The only remedy was to pull a second shift at my small, circular table in the kitchen of my flat. Okay, so I think this person is working from home, it seems like. I flicked open my laptop and went to piss out the sickly lemonade that came in the meal deal at the Chinese place on the corner. Not a great place to be, especially when you're working that hard. You're like, I need food, but I need fast food. It's gotta be quick. Relieved of my burden, I sat at the screen. Strangely, Word was already open. I had turned the laptop on and hadn't started any programs. Although I think now, like, laptops will boot into, will like start up with whatever apps you had open last time. Side tangent. Stranger still, there was a sentence at the top of the document which I had not written. Okay, here we go. It said, "Can you read this?" I looked around my cramped studio apartment. No one else should be here. I mean, guys, you really should know how many people are in your house. Over by the tiny couch and far too big for the room television, it was dark. I went to the bedroom and flicked on the lights. I even looked under the bed. Back at the computer, the cursor blinked away beside the question mark. I wrote back, "Yes." A few seconds ticked by, and I minimized the document. Enough of that. I had work to do. I opened the emails, and a couple fresh ones appeared, bold in the top. Great. The square icon in the bottom toolbar flashed orange. Okay, so we're in Windows. I clicked open the Word document. Another line of text. "We can't believe this worked. Is your name Paul?" Who is this? Is your name Paul? We need to verify your identity. This is already spooky. Can you imagine, like, just this happening to you? Especially in Word, it's not even over the internet. How are you doing this? Please confirm you are Paul. My index finger tapped on the table. I didn't have time for games. Yes, I am Paul. Congratulations, I have work to do. I moved the cursor to the X in the top right-hand corner. The next line of text popped up before I could get there. You have work to do, only it's not what you think. Who is this? You can call me Liam. What do you want from me, Liam? Your help. I frowned at the screen, and I didn't know how to respond. Surely this is some sort of wind-up, and a waste of my time at that. Will you help us, Paul? To be honest, I don't have time. I'm sorry. Find someone else. You are the one. I pictured Keanu Reeves swallowing the red pill and scoffed. You have the wrong person. Paul Chambers, 24 years old and living alone in flat 2A in 2022. Who are you, Liam? And where are you? The same place as you. The important question is when I am. Okay, Okay, so this is going to be about time travel, I think. I don't understand. I am in flat 2A, but the year is 2096. We're done. They told me you'd be incredulous. Incredulous. My modern English dictionary says this word was still in use. It means disbelieving. We understand your incredulity. I guess that's a word. I'm gonna reword that. We understand your incredulousness. We will prove it to you. Tomorrow, a dark blue Mazda will collide with a traffic light outside your office. The time will be 3:21. The driver's name will be Leslie Marks. So are they saying that his office is also his apartment, or is he going to go into an actual office? I guess we'll find out. What is this about? A chain of events will be set in motion 3 days from now. Our task is to alter these events. Oh guys, what is the first rule about time travel? Is not altering events. So we'll see how this turns out. Watch for the Mazda. We can talk at the same time tomorrow. I saved the file and closed it. Went back to my emails, but I couldn't focus. I opened a blank document and watched the cursor blink away. No words appeared. I played the conversation over again in my head. Should I have asked more questions or answered differently? Liam mentioned a we and never told me who that was. Ooh, I didn't pick up on that actually. I went to bed without doing any work. Only getting more backed up on the email end. I tossed and turned in the dark. My thoughts turned to work and all the tasks I had to go ahead the following day. There could be 2 of me, and I still wouldn't get it done. Time to get more employees. I slept a few fitful hours and rode the bus with my head against the window and my eyes closed. Okay, so he is going to an office. The bus stop is a block away from the office. On the walk, I pass the traffic light and the intersection, the site of Liam's prophecy. The site. A dark blue Mazda will crash here at 3:21 p.m. I pushed a lungful of air out my nostrils and went inside. Counterintuitively, fatigue sometimes makes it easier to work. This was one of those days. My fingers clacked on the keyboard with sustained ferocity. I was so engrossed that lunch went by with the barest thoughts of eating. I scribbled some notes down and returned my eyes to the screen. I blinked hard, my tired eyes struggling to read the small font. I looked out the far wall to reset my focus. Phil and Enya stood together, looking out the window. Stephen joined them. I checked the time, 3:21 p.m. Surely not. I didn't go to the window right away. If I didn't look, then it didn't happen. Schrodinger's car accident. I swiveled in my chair and went back to my emails. A few more people joined, and now what was a crowd at the window. My fingers thumbed on the desk. I had to see. I didn't go to the window. I went to the lift and down the street. A bigger crowd jostled on the footpath to get a look. Man, this must be some car accident. The pole supporting the traffic light bent at a near 45-degree incline. That would do it. It took some sort of impact to do that. I could only see the back of the car. The body was dark blue, and the insignia on the back was that of a Mazda. I moved closer. Small chunks of scattered glass littered the street. The sirens of ambulances blared and echoed off the tall buildings. The smell of spilled fuel and something else I couldn't place. A big man in a red shirt pushed out through the throng of people, his face all screwed up. I made eye contact and he shook his head at me. You don't want to see that. Does he know? I'm gonna assume that he doesn't know that the narrator is receiving this info. From nowhere, a police officer wearing a vest pushed me back with an open palm. He shouted at the crowd to disperse and give room for the paramedics. I pedaled backwards with the crowd and lifted my chin, catching a glimpse of a pair of unmoving legs. The paramedics bent down and obscured the victim. Ooh, that's not good. Sounds like someone's being taken out in a body bag. I went back downstairs and sat at my desk. Half the office now looked out from the windows. I opened the website for the local news and refreshed every 5 seconds for a full 10 minutes until a headline appeared. Wow, that's fast. Fatal crash in city center. An hour later, they updated the story with this victim's name, Leslie Marks. I felt sick. I spent the rest of the afternoon marking time. I dare not do the things I most wanted. Open the Word document, recording my conversation with Liam. How could he have known? It wasn't possible. I needed answers. I followed the same routine as the night before, to the letter. Oh, getting that terrible Chinese food again. Oh yeah. I left work at the same time, ordered the same meal deal at the Chinese place, and flicked open my laptop on the kitchen table at the same time as well. If there was some magic to this, I wanted to give it the best chance to work twice. In the bathroom, things didn't go to plan. The lemonade was there to piss out, but my mind was so distracted that my bladder refused to cooperate. Oh man, that's the worst. Not now. Eventually, I deposited, and a giddiness had me jogging the few paces back to the kitchen table. Word was open, and now there was a message. Are you there, Paul? Yes. Did you see Leslie and his Mazda? Yes. Good. We hope you will be more receptive. How are you doing this? The specifics are complicated and unimportant. What is important is your task. Are you ready? What do you mean the specifics are like super relevant and important? Anyone who says that is just like, don't question me, do what I say. Yes. Your apartment complex contains 12 units. You occupy 2A. There is a man living on the floor below you in 1A. His name is Brad. Do you know him? Not well, but I say hello when I see him. Oh my goodness, in 2 days, Brad will murder a woman named Eva. Her death will trigger events still impacting our time. Our hope is to save her. What do you want me to do? You must kill Brad. Nope, I'm out. I'm so out. The air left my lungs. If this was a joke, it had gone too far. My fingers trembled over the keyboard. How could I respond to that? No, dude, don't do it. Liam seems a little bit, I don't know. Liam, there's something about him that seems a little bit shady. And like, someone says like, the specifics aren't important. We just need you to kill a guy. Come on. We know we are asking a lot of you, Paul. This is the only way. Nope. I'm so out. That sounds like a problem for you guys in your time. Go to the police. Brad has done nothing yet. The police will not arrest him. How do I know you are telling the truth? That's a good question. Leslie Marks. I need more. Yeah, of course you need more. He did say the car would crash, and it did, but who knows? You gotta get more information before, like, ending someone's life. Our information is that Brad planned for months. He already has the gun. He keeps it in the drawer beside his bed. He rests it on a sheet of paper, and on the paper he has written the name of the victim, Eva. He believes it will bring his plan to fruition. Well, that's weird. I am not going to kill this person. I can't confirm any of that. Yeah, good. Yes, you can go to Brad's flat and see for yourself. I don't have a key. Knock on the door, invent a premise to get inside, then you can confirm. The police can do this. Full disclosure, Paul, we have tried to prevent the death of Eve 3 times and have failed 3 times. In our time, she stays murdered. You are our last hope. Wait a second. Why are they doing this to Paul? Why can't they just say, to Brad, we know who you are. We know you're going to murder Eva. I don't know, stop it. Knock it off. I can't do it. You can. Start by going into Brad's apartment. Now. Yes, we will wait for your return. The dumplings turned in my stomach. Could I do what they asked? No, it was too dangerous. Let's assume Brad is who they say. Then he is deranged, soon to be a murderer. Yeah, stay far away from this. And I'm supposed to go alone into his apartment to verify that he has a weapon he will use to carry out the deed. But then, if Liam is correct, Eve is in danger and her death will have ramifications for decades to come. And I could save her. He has been correct about Leslie. True, but it's like a wild leap in responsibility now from just, hey, when you get to the office at 3:21, look out the window, compared to, hey, we need you to kill a guy now. Exponentially higher. I shivered against the cool night air. My legs worked down the stairs of his on autopilot, like someone else was at the controls. I paused for a beat in front of Brad's door. I knocked. Silence. My upper body turned and started to retreat. And then, footfalls from inside. The door opened. A sliver of pale skin and curly black hair flashed into the gap, and the door eased open. Brad's lips parted and closed and opened the door again. Paul, is it? Yes. What can I do for you? He made room in the doorway, as if he was already expecting to let me in. I hadn't thought this far ahead. Dude, that's step 1. Invent a premise, Liam said. My mind raced. Sorry to be that guy, but my toilet is clogged, and I can't get a plumber till tomorrow. Pretty good excuse off the dome. Sure, he said without hesitation. The layout of the flat was the same as mine. Oh, and he's going in with some insider knowledge. The difference being that he had an eye for interior decoration that I lacked. Colored cushions and a throw rug brightened the couch, and the frameless prints hung up on the wall. Being inside was surreal as it was off-putting. Through here, I said, sorry again. Don't mention it. I left Brad in the living room. The bathroom and the bedroom doors stand opposite each other. I opened and closed the bathroom door without going in, and pushed open the bedroom door. Ooh, a little sneaky sneak. The dark room smelled of deodorant. I made straight for the set of drawers beside the bed. The top drawer was stuffed full with socks. The middle one slid open with a jolt, and a heavy object clunked against the front. A gun. Holy shit. It sat on a piece of paper, just as Liam had said. I squinted to read it in the dark. The light flicked on. The word Eva flashed in my vision before I jerked my hand around like a child caught with his hand in the cookie jar. I slammed shut the door. What are you doing? Nothing. I got lost and used the wrong door. You got lost in an apartment with the exact same layout as yours. I stammered some gibberish. You should leave, he said. I pushed past Brad and raced for the front door. I took the stairs to the second floor, 3 at a time, and almost tripped. Man, that is, I've had some awkward moments with people, but then to think that you could potentially see them in the building at any time, and they live directly below you. That's next level awkwardness. My hand shook as I typed. He has the gun, and it sits on a piece of paper with the name Eva on it. Do you believe us now? The gun sitting piece of paper. Like, the fact that the paper says Eva on it is just so weird. Like, you don't have to, like, don't write down your crimes, I guess. I don't know. I did. Do you believe us now? I did. I couldn't come up with any other rational explanation. Yes. What do I do now? You have to stop Brad. I can't. How would I even do that? What the heck? Hey, I see a gun in a drawer. I believe you now. I'm gonna kill someone. No. No. Don't do it. I couldn't. How would I even do that? 3 loud thumps at the door. We can help you, Paul. I think he's here. What? Open up, Paul. Brad, he's at my door. What do I do? The window beside the door rattled and jerked up and then slid open. Brad stepped inside. Mine doesn't close properly either. Paul, what is happening? He's inside. This isn't how it's supposed to happen. What are you typing? Nothing. I raised my hands and stood up and took a step away from the table. Brad took 3 full and exaggerated steps and raised the gun. Oh my goodness. Oh, Brad's onto him immediately. He raised the barrel at my temple. I dropped to my knees. Please don't, I said, my words coming out in sobs. I have to. This is bigger than you or me. This is important. Oh, are they gonna turn, like, Paul against, try to, like, win him over? Like Brad and Liam, I mean. Please don't, I said, my words coming out in sobs. I have to. This is bigger than you or me. This is important. I won't do anything, I promise. You can kill her if you want. I won't stop you. Kill who? Eva. He's like, wait a second, how do you know? No, you're the one that's going to kill Eva. I have to stop you. Brad pressed the gun against my head. It shook in his hand. What? I said. They told me you were going to kill Eva. Dude, just take a vacation. Go away for a week, and then Brad won't kill Eva, and Paul won't kill her either, and then everyone is just saved. I'm guessing it's not that simple. Brad's eyes shifted to my laptop screen. Were you typing to someone? He said. What is happening? Brad put the gun to the back of my head. I whimpered and shook. I brought my hands up to my face. I waited for the crack in the darkness. I wondered if I would even hear it, or if the bullet would do its work faster than it would take for the sound to register in my brain. They told me I have to, Brad said, but I can't kill another person. Another? I won't. I heard hurried footsteps, and the lock on my door clicked. I opened my eyes. The door swung shut. I hyperventilated, and my heart was racing. And then, a loud pop. I jumped to my feet. I ran to the door, and then into the stairwell. Brad lay at the bottom, his feet propped up against the final step, but the rest was lying flat on the ground. The gun was still clasped in his right hand. Blood and brains mingled with his mat of curly black hair. My neighbor, to-be, a small woman with hair perpetually in a ponytail, opened her door, phone to her ear. She came in and stood beside me. The words she spoke barely registered. She had called the police. He killed himself, she said. Wait a second, so if Brad is gone now, what does that mean for him? I nodded. I went back inside, and next to the laptop, there wasn't anything else. The cursor blinked next to the last message received. This isn't how it's supposed to happen. I closed the document and turned off the laptop. Sirens sounded out in the distance. The police interviewed us all. My neighbor saw Brad come out alone and descend the stairs before she heard the pop. Only then did I appear. That confirmed in the minds of the police that it had been suicide. I told the police that Brad had broken in with the gun. He had a crazy look in his eyes. That bit was true. I didn't tell them I had been in his apartment. I didn't tell them about the messages from Liam. Probably same person. Oh, so many unknowns still. I don't know any Eva. I have no plans to kill anyone. Maybe it has already been averted. This could be why I hadn't heard from Liam, or it could be that there is something about to happen that will turn my life and the lives of others for generations to come on its head, and it is somehow my fault. The thought is terrifying. Another thought occurred to me. If I grant that Liam told the truth, and how else could he have known about the Blue Mazda and Leslie Marks? He could have been playing a game. Find a way to talk to people in the past and use it to fuck with them. See if you can get one to kill another for the fun of it. But if that is true, then wouldn't it risk their very existence? Butterfly effect and all. So if this scenario has any merit, then Liam must know that anything I do has so little bearing on the future to render my actions that they might be inconsequential. That's a little humbling. I don't know which scenario is worse. So guys, that is the way that this story ends.